What's going on, guys? It's the Bigs Podcast, episode number 175, and today is the last podcast we are going to record before the draft next week. Conspicuous by its absence, you'll notice that there's not a trophy behind me. That trophy is off at the engravers getting the champion's name put on the nameplate. So the next time you see that trophy, we'll have to unveil the nameplate. With me tonight, talking about over-unders for team win totals and 30 teams for 30 questions. We'll get into all of that stuff in a minute. Let's introduce who's here tonight. We're going to kick things off with Frank Bucco. Frank, you're wearing a Yankees shirt. Why?
Because whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what?
It matters.
I'm mourning their entire roster because they're no longer with us.
Just moments ago, we found out Garrett Cole has been recommended Tommy John surgery. So that is going to be quite the interesting situation. I've never heard somebody not going for a second opinion and not getting Tommy John. So we go to the Yankees fan, Mike Haber. How you feeling, buddy?
I feel like poopy. This has been a really rough end of spring training for Yankee fans. But you know what? I can't let it bring me down. We got baseball draft in a week and then 18 days, right, till opening day. We're right around the corner here. So I'm so pumped to get into this.
It is the home stretch here. We are super pumped. The only thing I'm not super pumped about is that the Mets also got hit with the injury bug here tonight, Jason Ashby. We lost Francisco Alvarez to a hamate bone injury.
Yeah, but you know what? 68 weeks. I'd rather it be 68 weeks in March, April than in August, September. So, bright side.
I suppose. All right, let's talk about what we're doing here tonight. On FanDuel, you can go find right now the over-unders for the win totals of the 2025 season for each of the 30 teams in Major League Baseball. I put those onto a spreadsheet, and we're going to discuss whether we think that they're going to go over or under. Along with that, I have 30 questions for each of the 30 teams. I actually have 31 questions because one team got 2 questions. I'll explain that later.
Okay.
But yeah. So let's dive into this thing. Let's start it off with the National League East. The National League East was won by the Philadelphia Phillies with 95 wins. Their number stands at 90 and a half. 90 and a half, Jason Ashby, over or under?
For the Phillies, huh? I'm going to take the under. I don't think it'd be much, but I see them being like 88, 89 win team.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Frank, what are you thinking here?
I'll take the over.
Okay. Mike Haber?
I'm going to go over. Still a stacked team. And I don't see them losing, more than they did last year. I see them replicating their win-loss from last year, so I'll go over.
Yeah, I'm also taking the over on this. Their pitching staff looks pretty strong. If Jesus Luzardo could figure things out, that's probably going to be an unstoppable group of dudes in their rotation. So, and they've got Jordan Romano, who yes is a reclamation project on the back end of the bullpen, but he's still going to be good. I think he's good for 30 saves this year. So we shall see. The question I have for you guys with this team is for Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm has driven in 97 runs each of the last 2 seasons. So I've got an over-under of 84 and a half RBIs from Alec Boehm. Frank Bucco, over or under? Under. Jason Ashby.
That I will take the over. Where he's hitting, at least according to roster resource right now, behind Trey Turner and Bryce Harper, which is unusual because Kyle Schwarber is usually the leadoff guy. So I don't know if that's going to change or not. But regardless, I like him for how much did you say? 84 and a half?
84 and a half.
Yeah, I take the over on that.
Okay, Mike?
I'm going to go over on that as well.
Yeah, I think I'm with you guys. Ben, I also have all of Ben Nisman's answers, so I'm going to drop those in there when I can. He took the under on 84.5 RBIs. I'm taking the over. The Atlanta
What did he
Braves.
do? Did he?
What's that?
What did he do on the over under for the wins?
He took the over on 90.5.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The Atlanta Braves, Frank, they are next. They won 89 games last year. Their number now stands at 93.5. Over. Okay. Don't even have to ask this man. Mike Haber, over or under 93.5 on the Atlanta Braves.
Man. Get Acuna back at full health.
And Strider.
And Strider. If those two things happen, I'm gonna have to go over.
Jason, 93.5.
Yeah, this is tough. It all hinges on those two guys. I think, like you guys said, this is tough. I am going to take the under 2. Again, just barely. I still think there could be a 90-win team, but I'm going to take the under on it.
I think I'm going to take the under as well. We're having a lot of what ifs on this team. Like, what if Ozzie Albies stays healthy all year? What if Ronald Acuna comes back healthy? What if Spencer Strider comes back healthy? What if Spencer Schwellenbach is what he showed last season? It's a lot of what ifs. They're going to win a bunch of games. They're probably going to make the playoffs. I don't think you have to sweat that too much, but I'll take the under. And if you hit 92 wins, you might still win the division, and I might still win. So
yeah, there you go.
Time to turn to our the question I have for this team. It does involve Ronald Acuna. Over or under 109.5 games played this season, Frank? 109.5. Over, he says. All right. Jason, 109.5.
So when he came back the last time from the ACL injury in 2022, he played 119 games. And the timeline is pretty much the same, if I'm not mistaken. It seems like it's pretty equivalent. I will take the over.
Okay, Mike, 109.5.
Man, it's tough. I think I'm going to take the over because I think if they're going to give him a rest in the outfield, they could still DH him. So if we're talking about games played, I got to take the over.
Okay, I'm going to take the under just because I think they'll rest him in between these starts just to make sure he's fresh. And I understand DHing him, but that means taking Marcell Ozuna out of the lineup, and I'm not sure you want to do that all of the time. So I'll just take the under and hope for the best. Our New York Metropolitans, Jason, are up next. We won 89 games as well last year, made the playoffs. Our number sits exactly the same as the Phillies, 90.5. Over or under? Over. Mike Haber, 90.5 for the New York Metropolitans.
I'm sorry, I got to go under on this one.
Under.
Their starting pitching is just decimated right now. If Clay Holmes is your number 3, I'm sorry, as a Yankee fan, I can't really get behind that for 90 wins.
I know it's spring training, but have you seen how he's been pitching though? He is. I get it in spring training, but he's a different circumstance because he's converting to a starter, and he is looking like a starter.
I'll believe it. I'll believe it when I see it for a month or 2, but I'm not drafting him.
Yeah, I'm not drafting him either. I have a share in a public league, like for transparency's sake, but like that's all I'm gonna have. Is that share. Like, I'm good on this guy. Frank, over or under 90.5 wins for the New York Mets? Is that an under?
No, I couldn't.
Under.
Perfect.
Sorry.
Perfect. I will I'll go ahead and take the over and root for my New York Mets to go ahead and win 95 games, bringing Soto on board, and
hell yeah.
Hopefully the pitching figures itself out.
It'll be all right.
Yep. The question I have for our New York Metropolitans is most games started by a starting pitcher. So who leads the team as the workhorse, Jason?
Gosh. Is it Clay Holmes?
Is it Clay Holmes?
I mean, all right, fine. David Peterson.
David Peterson.
Yeah, I'll go with David Peterson. I feel like Clay Holmes is gonna be right up there, but Senga they're gonna rest. And obviously, Manaya and Montes are already gonna miss time, so it's gotta be David Peterson.
Got to be David Peterson. Mike Haber, are you feeling the same way?
I am feeling the same exact way. David Peterson for sure.
Yeah, Ben Nisman also said David Peterson. Frank, are you getting on this Peterson train?
I am. I'm there.
And I'll make it a clean sweep here with David Peterson.
So does that make him draftable?
Oh, I think he's very draftable this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've been not so high on him in the past. Like I think he does better for the Mets than he does for fantasy. He doesn't strike out a ton of guys. But as the number 2 on this team now, yeah, that kind of vaults his value up a little bit, huh?
Yeah, quite a bit. And I think he will go in the late rounds, but he'll get drafted onto somebody's team without a doubt.
Yeah.
The Washington Nationals are up next. They won 71 games last year. It's 70.5. They're asking if they could replicate last season, Mike Haber. 70.5.
I think I'm gonna take the over. I like this young core of hitters that they have. Obviously the pitching staff leaves something to be desired, but all we're asking for is a very small step forward this year to reach the over. So I'm in.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm going to take the over on this. It's a young team, but they're getting Dylan Cruz for a full season and James Wood for a full season, and I hope Mackenzie Gore can stay healthy and take a step forward. It's an interesting little group there. Frank, how are you feeling on the Nationals?
Take the over. I'll take the over. Yeah, they have to play the Marlins a bunch of times. I mean,
they're going to win a whole lot of games against the Marlins, is Frank's prediction here. Jason, what are you thinking with the over-under of 70.5 for the Washington
Absolutely.
Nationals?
That's a slam dunk for me. I love the young core. They brought in some veterans. They brought in Nathaniel Lowe. They brought Josh Bell back. And Paul DeYoung, to kind of bridge the gap for these younger guys. And Ahmad Rosario. So yeah, I like what they've done this offseason. Slam dunk over.
Slam dunk over. Well, my question I have for you guys for the Washington Nationals is who hits more home runs of brand new or returning Washington Nationals? Nathaniel Lowe or Josh Bell? Who hits more homers? Frank?
Oh, God. What an awful question. I hate both of them with like a passion. I'll say Nathaniel Lowe.
Lowe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could say nobody, but that wouldn't count.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go Josh Bell. I think he's been a more prolific power hitter and less of like a doubles hitter. So I'll go Bell.
Okay. Jason, how are you feeling on this one?
I'm probably going to go with Mike on this. His career high is 27 in 2022. I think Josh Bell's a switch hitter, so he's going to probably see maybe even a little more playing time than Lowe. Yeah, I'll take Bell.
Okay. Ben, for what it's worth, took Nathaniel Lowe. I'm going to be taking Josh Bell in this one as well. I just could the fact that he's a switch hitter, he's going to hit all of the time.
Yeah.
And Nathaniel Lowe might sit when they face a lefty. So
yeah.
We'll see. Finally, the Miami Marlins won 62 games last year. They're asking you to take a step forward with them. 63.5 is the over-under. Jason, I'll start with you here. 63.5 for the Marlins.
63. So, okay. So just a bit over what they did last year.
Exactly.
They're getting Alcantara back. I'll take the over, but like 64. Like they'll win 64 games.
Frank, how you feeling about this over under 63.5 for the Marlins?
Yeah, no, I'm going to take the under.
Take the under.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling the same way. Mike Haber, what are you thinking, over or under?
I'm thinking under. I look at this lineup and I can't even recognize any names
It's
in
awful.
it. So
It's awful.
yeah.
It's very bad. It's very bad. Well, take a look at that lineup for me and tell me who's going to have the best batting average.
Xavier Edwards.
Xavier
I was going to say
Edwards.
the same thing.
Jason?
Yeah, you could probably make a case for someone like Connor Norby, but I think Xavier Edwards is probably the safer bet.
All right. I'll go ahead and take who did it last year? Was it Otto Lopez who hit like 300 for them? Just for the sake of taking somebody different, I'll take Otto Lopez.
Who's that guy?
Otto Lopez hit 270.
Right?
Yeah, he hit like 270 something. All right, we'll go with him.
Never
Xavier
heard of
Edwards hit 328.
He drives the bus on The Simpsons. That's who he is.
That's who he is. Moving to the NL Central, the champion Milwaukee Brewers won 93 games last year. They're taking a step back this year. I think a lot of people are thinking that they will. FanDuel certainly believes that they are. They've got them at 82.5, Frank. 82.5 from a 93 win season. Over or under?
Oh, under.
Under the
They're not a good team. They're not good.
They're not good. Jason, over or under 82.5?
I'm gonna take over. I mean, I don't think they're gonna blow the cover off the page. You know, I don't think they're gonna. They might not get 90 again, but like a full season, another full season at Jackson Churio. You know, like the rotation's not terrible. It's okay. Same thing. They're gonna play the Pirates. You know, so like, yeah, I can see them winning 85, 86 games.
Okay. 85 to 86 for Jason. Mike, how you feeling on the 82.5?
Yeah, it's tough. I don't think that this is a team that's below 500 though, so I'm gonna take the slight over, like somewhere around Jason's total.
I'm feeling the same way, and maybe 83 is the number.
Yeah,
but we shall see. For what it's worth, Frank Ben also took the under on this. He's not believing in the Brewers this year. The question I have for this team is Rhys Hoskins. Last year, I asked you guys about Rhys Hoskins, and he ended up crushing the total. So we're going to go right back to the well. Over or under 24.5 home runs, Frank Bucco, for Mr. Rhys Hoskins.
Take the over.
You'll take the over on 24.5. Jason.
I know he crushed it last year. Crushed it. He 26 last year. He's probably the one guy I don't believe in this lineup. So I'm gonna take the under because I don't like Rhys Hoskins.
Fuck Rhys Hoskins. Mike Haber.
I don't like Rhys Hoskins either, but I don't know who's getting playing time at first over this guy. So I'm gonna take the over just because he'll be there. He'll hit under 210, but he'll be there.
I'll take the under because fuck Rhys Hoskins.
Fuck Rhys Hoskins is right.
Yeah. All right. The St. Louis Cardinals won 83 games last year. 75.5 is their number going into this year. They think they're going to take a big old step back. Mike Haber, I'll start with you on this one. 70.5 is the number.
That's a tough one. Damn. I'm going to go, man. I'm going to go with the under.
Under.
Yeah, I'll throw them underneath there. Yep.
Throw them under the bus.
Throw them under the bus.
Frank, the St. Louis Cardinals and your friend Nolan Arenado, how are they going to do this year?
What was the number again?
75.5.
I'll say over. I mean, the kids are good. I mean, they're okay. I think they'll score runs, you know. Contreras moving to first base, and you know, they got that young catcher Herrera, I believe is his name. And I think they'll score enough runs to, you know, get Miles Michaelis through 6 innings.
Okay.
You know, every 5th day. So, I mean, yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
they're going to push 500. They'll push toward 500 again this year. Jason, Are you thinking the same thing, over or under 75.5?
I do like this lineup a little bit, but I'm gonna take the under. I think it's gonna be a tough year for our friend Brian Lebo. It like I can see Arenado being traded by June. Like, there's just too much not to like here, too much to unlike here to think that they're gonna do anything really great. So, no, I'm out on the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm out on the Cardinals too, man. I don't know. I think they're going to do fine, but I think this is going to be like a 72-win team, and they're just going to have a really down year, trade off a bunch of pieces for prospects, and hope to rebuild around guys like Mason Wynn and Alec Burleson going forward. The question I have for you guys is, who's going to hit the most home runs on this team? Mike Haber, I'll start with you.
Let's go Alec Burleson. Let's go fun pick here.
All right.
I'm in there. Yeah.
All right. Frank Bucco, who you got for home runs?
I'm going to say Nolan Gorman.
Gorman. Very nice. Good choice. Jason?
Burleson's a good choice, but I'm afraid there's going to be too much of a platoon there. I'm going to go with Contreras. He's gonna be at first base, so there's not gonna be a rest period for him behind the plate. A full season out of him, I'll take Contreras.
All right, give me a bounce back on Nolan Arenado to hit like 22 home runs and lead this team, because nobody can get more than
Still
that.
on it.
It's 6 more than he hit last year. That's all I'm asking for. That's 1 a month.
He might not even be on the team by the end of the year.
Yeah, really.
Good point. It's a good point. It's a good point.
If you pick
all
him,
right.
Does it count for both teams?
No,
what he did on the Cardinals.
Just what he did on the Cardinals, yeah.
Okay.
The Chicago Cubs also won 83 games last year. Their over-under is 86.5 after getting Kyle Tucker. Jason, I'll start with you on this one. 86.5 for the Cubs.
I like the Cubs. I think they're going to run away with the division. I think they can push 90 wins. I'm taking the over.
Over on 90 and a 90-win season for the Cubs. Mike, what do you got?
I'll go slightly over. I don't see them running away with the division, but I'll go slightly over.
Okay. Frank, how you feeling on the Chicago Cubs?
Yeah, take the over. I think they'll do all right.
I'm not entirely sure who other than Imanaga is pitching on this. Oh, Justin Steele's hurt, isn't he?
No, he's good.
He's okay. He's okay.
Yeah,
I think
Justin Steele.
He was sick, so
he's okay.
He's good.
Justin Steele, Tyone.
Yeah.
Matthew Boyd.
Tyone wasn't bad last year, though.
Okay.
He wasn't awful. He wasn't great, but he wasn't awful.
I don't know. I think this whole division is kind of meh. And I think 88 wins could win the whole damn thing, but I'll bet the under on this and say that the Cubbies don't exactly do well with Tucker in their lineup somehow. The Cincinnati. The question I have for this team is Kyle Tucker, over or under 49.5 home runs plus stolen bases. So I'm asking for a 25-25-ish season out of this guy. Over or under, Jason Ashby?
Ooh, let's see. His career high in either category is 30 home runs and 30 stolen bases. So, and he did 30 home runs twice, 30 stolen bases once. I'm gonna take the under. I don't think he's gonna run that much after having his shin, whatever the hell was wrong with his leg last year. I don't think he's gonna run as much, so I'm gonna take the under.
Okay. Frank Bucco, over or under 49.5 homers plus stolen bases?
I'll take the under.
Under.
Because I feel the leg injury will stop him from running, like Jason said.
Okay. Mike?
I'll take the over. Be different.
I'm going to take the over too. I'm going to take the over too because he is a superstar. He's in a walk year. He wants to really maximize his money. He's going to watch Vlad make like $600 million. So he's like, why can't I get 4?
There you go.
I think he could get that without a 30-30 season or a 25-25 season.
Yeah. The Cincinnati Reds are next, and they won 77 games last year in this division. FanDuel thinks they're going to take a step forward. They've got a 79.5 over under. Mike Haber, I'll start with you on the Cincinnati Reds. 79.5 is the over under.
That's an easy over for me. Easy
Nice.
over. Yeah. I could see them pushing the Cubs for the division here.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason, how are you feeling on the Reds?
I see them more of like a third place team. I think they'll finish behind the Brewers. But I can see them being like right at 500. So I guess that would technically be the over. But it'd be just over.
Yeah, that would be the over at 500. Frank Bucco, is this team over 500 or under 500, the Cincinnati Reds?
I think they're over.
Okay.
The young core players is really good. So the pitching staff's a little bit to be desired, but if Hunter Green does what he's supposed to do, and Nick Lodolo's anything, I mean, should be all right.
All right. I will join all of you guys, and all 5 of us have the over on the Reds. We like this team, and we like them to finish over 500. That's very nice. Very nice. The question I have about this team is Hunter Green over or under a 3.59 ERA on the season. If we want to put an innings minimum on it, we can, and say 100 innings.
3.59.
3.59 after doing whatever the hell he did last year, which was like a 2 something.
Yeah, last year it was 275.
275. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm bumping it almost a full run to a 3.59 in Great American Ballpark as a fly ball pitcher. Mike Haber, I'm pitching this one right at you.
I'm gonna say over. For the reason you just said, I think he's due for a little regression, and yeah, I could see it coming in the terms of like 1 whole earned run for the year. So yeah, I'll take the over.
Frank, over or under 3.59.
I'll take the under. I'll take the under. I think I think he's going to do all right.
All right. Jason, over or under 3.59 on Hunter Green.
I'm going to take the under also. He might not repeat what he did last year, but even if it's a 3.25 ERA, like that's still respectable. I'll take the under.
I'll take the over. I think his ERA starts with a 4 this year. I really do. I think they take a step back. I think he takes a step back. Still think the team does well, and they're going to like murder the ball, but I don't know that these guys are going to be able to pitch in this environment. It's going to be very difficult to do it.
I don't know who's murdering the ball other than Ellie De La Cruz, maybe, but like this lineup to me just looks like a bunch of singles hitters.
I have a surprising number of Matt McClain shares so far this season.
Maybe him depending on how he bounces back, but I don't know. The rest of, and Spencer Steer is banged up, so.
Oh really?
Yeah,
that sucks.
Yeah,
that sucks.
So I like offensively. I don't know about this team, but I think Hunter Green is actually going to carry them. Like I said in the ranking shows, 200 strikeouts. If he has a full healthy season, 200 strikeouts, easy.
All right, the stamp of approval on Hunter Green. The Pittsburgh Pirates will round out the NL Central, and they had 76 wins last year. 75.5 is the number. Frank Bucco, over or under on the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Over because of their pitching staff. Period. End of story.
Period. End of story. Jason, 75.5 on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, I think they can push a little bit better than what they did last year. A full year out of Polskin's probably is what seals that, if he is what he shows that he is. So yeah, I'll take the slight over.
Mike Haber, over or under?
Under. Punching bag of the Central.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. These guys can't hit. Like it's O'Neal Cruz and not a whole lot else that I'm scared of in that lineup. Tommy Pham's in that lineup. That's all you need to know about that.
Tommy Pham and DJ Stewart.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's in the lineup.
Is Rowdy Tellez playing there too?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
There's Anthony Rizzo.
Well, they still think Brian Hayes is a good young player too. So
well, that's awful thinking.
Yeah.
Somebody should be tested for drugs.
Pittsburgh Pirates question is for Paul Skeens. Over under 11.5 wins. Frank.
Yes.
Over.
Over.
Jason.
What did he have? What did he end up with last year in
I think
wins?
10.
He had 11.
11.
So 11.5 is the number.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that he gets more because who's scoring runs. I'm gonna say under.
Under. Mike Haber.
He will pitch well, but they will not score for him.
Oh yeah, he'll have
I'm gonna-
DeGrom syndrome.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over based on stuff alone, and because I
Okay.
like being different than Jason and Frank. Apparently,
All right. I'll take the over and root for this kid. I hope, you know what, Pittsburgh needs to have somebody like this in order for them to start building around. So go Paul Skeens, be awesome, be this generation's Justin Verlander. Let's hope for the best.
Yep.
Mhm.
The NL West brings us the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers, who won 98 games in the regular season last year. 104.5 is the
Good Lord.
total. 104.5, Frank. Over or under?
Mm.
Under.
Mm-mm.
Under is the answer. Jason, 104.5.
I'm gonna take the under too. They're 100 win team, but like 102. Like I don't know if I can go up to 105. So I'll take the under.
Okay. Mike Haber?
Over.
Over. He's rooting for it, and so am I. I want to see some history. I'd like to see them win 110 games and say, screw it. Like,
Could see it happen.
It's certainly possible.
it could. You
Yeah.
know, the injury fairies have not been very kind to the Dodgers in the last few years, and just once, maybe they get lucky, and Tyler Glasnow pitches 145 innings, and Blake Snell throws 165 innings, and they get
Okay.
180 innings out of Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and they're good.
And hey, if you get 130 out of Otani, like that's cool too.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That's actually, interestingly enough, the question I'm asking. Shohei Otani, over or under 15 games started as a pitcher? Mike Haber.
I'm gonna go under.
Under.
I think they protect him at all costs.
Jason.
Yeah, it already sounds like he's more delayed than they originally thought anyway, so I'll take the under.
Frank? Yeah, going under as well. Okay. Should I lower the number to 10?
Ooh.
10
Do that.
games started.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you did that, then my
I would
answer might change.
Yeah, I'd probably say over if it was 10.
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
He hasn't thrown off a mound since February, or since like the beginning of as soon as they got into camp.
Yeah.
So 10.5 games
he's not
started.
gonna
He's
pitch
got to
in
start
spring training.
11 for you.
He has started at least 10 in all but one season so far, not counting last year, obviously.
Mhm.
So if the number is 10, that I'll take the over. Like I could see like 11 and 12 starts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have it at 10.5. So you'll take the over,
I'll
Jason?
take the over on that. Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, slight over. 11
Okay.
exactly.
Yep. Same.
Frank? Same?
Same.
All right. I have to remind myself to ask Ben because he also took the under on 15, so maybe it was just too many. All right. Moving on to the San Diego Padres. They had 93 wins last year, were the first wild card, and FanDuel thinks they're going to take a step back. They've got them at 85.5 wins. Frank Bucco, 85.5 for the San Diego Padres.
I could see a slight over on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jason?
That's tough. This is tough. Because I do think, and we'll get to them, but I do think Arizona overtakes them in the standings.
Mhm.
So I'm going to take the slight under on them. I still think they're going to be a decent team. They'll be above 500, but it's just tough having to face the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks so many times.
I could agree. Mike Haber, over or under?
I think I'll take the slight over.
Slight over on the Padres. I'm going to take the over on the Padres as well. If for nothing else, my entire Doubleday team is built around those three of the main hitters on that team. So if they do well, I'll do well.
There you go.
Hope for the best in that one. The question I have for the San Diego Padres, who has a higher OPS at season's end, Manny Machado or Fernando Tatis Jr.? Frank, on base plus slugging, Tatis or Machado?
It's a good one. I'm gonna go with Machado.
Machado. Mike Haber, who you got?
Tatis.
Give
me a full year of him.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just comparing them, and Tatis already has a higher career OPS, so I will take Tatis.
Tatis it is. I will go ahead and take Tatis as well and hope for a healthy season. Let's hope for a healthy season out of that guy.
Yeah. For real.
The Arizona Diamondbacks are next. They won 89 games last year, but got just cut out of the playoffs because, well, the Atlanta Braves and Mets split a doubleheader, of course. This year, the FanDuel believes they're going to take a couple of games back. 86.5 is the total, Jason Ashby. They think they're going to do better than the Padres by one game, and it looks like they would probably make the playoffs.
Yeah, I could be in that camp because I do think they are better than the Padres, and I think they're going to be better than, well, I don't think they're not going to be better than they were last year. I can see them being around where they were last year. So was it 86.5?
86.5.
I'll take the slide over and say 87.
Over for 87 wins. Frank Bucco, what do you got for me?
I'm taking the under.
Under. D-backs
like
take a step
team.
back.
Don't like them.
He doesn't like them at all. No, sir, he doesn't like it. It's powdered toast, man. Mike Haber, over or under 86.5?
I'm going to take the over for two reasons. Number one, Corbin Burns. Number two, Corbin Carroll playing like a superstar for an entire season.
Okay.
Two Corbins.
I'll go ahead and two Corbins.
Two Corbins.
And now they just have to go out and sign Patrick Corbin back.
Hey.
Yeah.
There you go.
Corbin cubed.
I'll take the over. I don't think they're going to take as much of a step back as this is. So this number could be 88 wins, and they could still cover for me. Yeah. But I agree. I don't necessarily like the lineup here, Frank. I'm not a huge D-backs supporter, so I don't think they're going to make. I don't think they make the playoffs, but they could be a little bit better than 86.5. The question I have for them is Josh Naylor, the new first baseman for them. Over or under 26.5 home runs. Frank Bucco, 26.5. I want 27 or better.
Yeah. Slight over. I'll take
Slight over. All right. Jason Ashby.
He 31 last year. By far his career high. But he's getting to his prime right now. I will take the over.
Over. Mike
Not
Haber.
by a lot, but I can see another 30 home run season from him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm with the other two on this one. I think I'm going to take the over.
Taking the over. I'll take the under on this. I don't necessarily like the ballpark shift for him, so I'll take the under. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Josh Naylor. Don't think I'll be drafting much of Josh Naylor this year. I haven't yet, so spoiler alert. San Francisco Giants are next. They won 80 games last year, and FanDuel is asking you, are they going to repeat that? Because it's 79.5. Mike Haber, I'll start with you on this one.
Oh, this team is so difficult to understand.
So awful.
You said 79.5?
79.5.
I think they end at 500, so I'll take the over.
Over. Jason, over or under 79.5?
I tell you what, they picked up Adames, a full season from Jung-Hoo Lee. They picked up Justin Verlander, which I don't know what that means.
Robbie right back.
Robbie Ray is back.
Yeah.
Logan
Logan Webb.
Kyle Harrison takes a step forward. Yeah, I can see an over here.
Over on the Giants. Frank, over under.
I'll take the over finally.
Okay.
Like I like them. I mean, I like the Chapman Adames left side of the infield type deal, and I'll take the over.
I'll take the under. I don't like the Giants. I haven't liked the Giants in years, and this new signing of Adames, you're not getting 30 homers and 20 steals out of the dude this year. Not a chance.
Not
a
but
chance.
he could do enough to at least keep them above 500.
Yeah.
Well, that begs the question: who's going to hit more home runs between Matt Chapman and Willie Adames this year on the San Francisco Giants? Mike Haber.
Chapman.
Jason.
I feel like Adames. I think he might play more, so I'll take Adames.
Frank.
I'll take Chapman.
I'll take Adames. Say he hits 22 home runs and Chapman 18. That's what we're going with.
Yeah,
all right.
I can see that.
Okay.
All right.
Fair numbers.
Jason's hometown Colorado Rockies are the final one in the National League this year. They won 61 games last year. They lost 101. That's math. Not
Just
math.
the under. Just say under. Just say under.
He's saying
Everybody
the under.
just say it. Just say it.
It's 59.5.
I don't care.
Under for Frank.
It's under.
Mike Haber, what do you got?
I just want to say over to piss Frank off, but I'm going to say under.
59.5.
Piss me off. They're terrible. Facts.
Well, they can't pitch, but they
No,
some
they
of them can
cannot.
hit.
They cannot field.
Well,
They can
that's not
field.
Nolan Jones made
Tovar won
3
the gold-
errors on one play.
Tovar won the Gold
last
Glove.
year.
Yeah, Tovar, Doyle,
Right.
they brought in Tyro Estrada. They can field. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna take the over.
Yeah.
I mean, not by a lot, but I think they can do a little bit better than they did last year.
Okay. Not going to lose 100 games this year.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck it. Taking the over. For the record, Ben took the over as well. He's with you on the Rockies.
Nice.
He loves Charlie Blackmon.
Yeah, he'll draft
That's
him.
why.
He'll still draft him.
He'll still draft him even though he's not playing.
I think this is the 4th year in a row I'm going back to the well with the Colorado Rockies and asking about Chris Bryant.
Oh.
Oh my
And I
God,
just keep lowering the bar every time for this guy.
Can we just make it non-existent? Like, does it have to be a thing?
Colorado Rockies, Chris Bryant, over under 69.5 RBIs.
Oh my God.
69.5. I'm not asking for the world here. I'm not even asking for a healthy season. Jason, I'll start with you.
Don't answer for it. You're not going to get one.
He had 15 last year.
Yep.
He had 30. He had 31 the year before, and 14 the year before that. He has. What was your number?
69.5.
Yeah, he hasn't had that since 2021 when he split the season between the Cubs and the Giants. Under.
Mike Haber.
I think, yeah, they're gonna find somebody else to play.
Under. If you said 69.5 hits, I'd have to consider it, but not RBIs.
Not RBIs.
No.
Frank, over or under? It's all the way under.
All
the way under. All right.
Prove us wrong, Chris Bryant.
Yeah, have a good season.
Please.
Ben took the over.
And Ben's gonna draft him.
He might.
He's gonna replace Charlie Blackmon on Ben's roster.
He might. All right, let's move to the American League here and get these ones taken care of. Mike Haber, we're going to talk about your New York Yankees, and I will specify that we did just find out about the Garrett Cole news. It's not official yet. This line will probably move if he's going to miss the entire season, which it looks like he might. But as of recording on March the 9th, 2025, the number sits at 89.5 after a 94-win World Series run. 89.5. Where do you sit with your Yankees, Mike Haber?
Man. I think I'm going to go slightly over.
Slightly over.
Yeah. I still think they're a 90 win team.
There you go.
Yeah.
90 team win.
Frank, are you feeling the same way? Is that why you're rocking that shirt tonight?
No, it was just like I said. I was just trying to support Mike and mourn his loss, impending loss.
Thank you.
No problem. Under.
Jason.
89.5.
89.5 with the injuries piling up and Stroman now basically a guarantee to be in the rotation.
And so is Will Warren.
I'm okay with that. He's good.
So that's not a terrible thing.
No.
So I'm gonna be with Mike and take the slight over. I think, and you know what? This is a team that can trade. They can make a trade for Dylan Cease or something like that. Mid-season if they need to. So, yeah, I'll take the over.
All right, I'll take the over with you guys and root for the Yankees a little bit here, but only because I'd like to beat them in the World Series. That would be great.
That'd
be terrific.
That'd be fun.
That'd be a pipe dream. The Yankees question I have, gentlemen, is who on the team has the most RBIs? Not named Aaron Judge. Frank, I'll start with you.
Mike Haber.
Mike Haber.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
I've been training.
Yeah. He is. He should be with all the injuries. God, I don't even know who all plays there.
Get out of here. You're wearing
Jazz Chisholm. Jazz.
He's gonna go with Jazz. All right.
I'll go with Jazz.
Mike Haber, who you got for this one?
Let's take Bellinger.
Cody Bellinger.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him too.
Yeah.
What? Why is Austin Wells leading off in this team? Okay. Now that I said that,
he's our leadoff hitter now. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he Jason Kendall? Like, when did that happen? So, but yes, I agree with Mike. I'm going to take Bellinger as well.
He's going to take Bellinger. Ben took Bellinger. I'm going to go for the Paul Goldschmidt bounce back.
I like that.
So that he can get a nice 3-year contract to end out his career and ride off into the sunset afterwards.
I like it.
The Baltimore Orioles are next. They won 91 games last year. Their over-under sits at 86.5. Frank, over-under. Over.
Love the baby birds.
Baby birds are being loved by Frank. Jason, how you feeling on 86.5?
The Grayson Rodriguez news scares me a little bit. And they have to face the Yankees a bunch of times. But they did last year too, and they still won 91 games. So 86.5, I'll take the over on that.
Over. Mike Haber, are you taking the over or the under?
I'm going to take the under.
He doesn't like the baby birds, and I assume it's because of the pitching.
I think, you lose Corbin Burns and you lose Grayson Rodriguez, and that's
your number one is that what? Charlie Morton,
Zach Eflin, I guess.
Zach Eflin,
yeah.
Charlie Morton right behind him. God bless you. God bless you.
86.5. If this was 85 or 84, I would totally take the over, but I don't know that I believe in. All right, I'm taking the under. Woo! I talked myself into it.
All right.
The question I have for this team is who has the most wins on this pitching staff?
Oh my God.
Yep. I'll start with you, Mike.
Let's go Tomoyuki Sabagano or whatever his name is.
Sugano. All right. Tamagotchi Sugano. Got
it.
Tamagotchi.
Jason, who you got?
I'll take the obvious and say Zach Eflin.
Frank?
I'm going to take Dean Kramer. I don't know why, but I am.
You're not the only one who did because Ben took Dean Kramer as well.
Maybe there's a reason why.
Um,
Hmm.
I guess I'll go with Eflin as well. He seems like the safe option, but
I mean, it could be 10 wins, and that would lead the team.
yeah, that's the thing. Like, who knows how many that's going to be.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox won 81 games last year. FanDuel believes they're going to take a step forward. It's 86.5. Same number as the Orioles, gentlemen. Frank, I'll start with you on this one.
Take it. I'll take the over.
Over on 86.5.
Yep.
Jason.
This is also another tough one because like they look good on paper, but the pitching is such a question mark with all these injuries and who knows what you're gonna get out of them. I will take. See, I want to say that they're gonna be a 90-win team, but I don't think they will be. I'm gonna take a slight under on them.
Under on the 86.5. Mike Haber, your nemesis, the Boston Red Sox. How are you feeling about them this year?
I fear them more than I fear the Orioles this year, so I am going to take the over. And I think it'll be a good old classic Yankees-Red Sox battle to the end.
Yeah, I hope so. I want that. That would be nice. It has been quite a while since that's been a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll take the over and hope that maybe the Yankees win 90 and the Red Sox win 88, and we're battling down to the final weekend. That would be awesome.
Take that. Yep.
The question I have for this team is Garrett Crochet over or under 199 and a half strikeouts. So 200 or bust is the number, boys.
Oof.
Oof.
Anybody taking the over?
I think I got to go under.
I missed it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
199 and a half strikeouts.
For
Crochet.
Under.
Look, he threw 209 last year. In 146 innings. Like, if they're expecting him to take a step forward as an ace of the staff, he's going to have to throw more than 146 innings. So I'm going to take the over. I don't know, barring an injury, which is always a possibility with him, but right now I'm going to take the over.
Yeah, I'll take the over too and root for this. This is going to be part of that, right? In order for us to see Yankees, Red Sox, this guy has to be good.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Hope he doesn't pull another extension thing like he did with the White Sox and, kick and scream, and that affects his play.
Let's hope not, especially if they're in a playoff race. I don't think he'll do that, but we'd have to
He's
get
giving
to
them
that
till
point.
opening day for extension talks.
We'll see. The Tampa Bay Rays won 80 games last year. Their over-under sits at 81.5. So are they a 500 team or are they over 500, Mike Haber?
I think under.
Under. They're not going to win very many this year. Jason Ashby, over or under?
I'm going to take the over. I think their offense is going to be enough in that small ballpark, and I think their pitching is going to do enough to keep runs off the board. I'll take the over. Again, just a slight over.
All right. Frank, how you feeling about the Rays?
I'm taking the over too, just based on the ballpark that they're going to be playing in for the season.
Yeah, I'm taking the under for the same reason, but for different logic, right? We're talking about the pitching not doing well at home.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
giving up stuff and going over the wall. Whereas their offense doesn't. Listen, I love Yandy Diaz's biceps, and I will always love Yandy Diaz's biceps, but he's never going to hit 25 home runs. He's just going to hit like 17. If Brandon Lau stays healthy, he could hit 30, I guess. He's done it before. Morel could, but he's going to hit 180.
Josh Lowe could.
He might, if he's got that kind of power in that bat. I don't think he's done that yet. I don't believe in the offense, and the pitching kind of concerns me. I'll take the under. I don't think they're going to be terrible, but I think they're going to be very interesting. The question I have for this team is who leads them in innings pitched. Yeah, take a look at that rotation real quick, and you tell me exactly who's going to lead this team in innings pitched this year. Jason, who's in that rotation?
Right now, it's Shane McClanahan, Taj Bradley, Ryan Pepio, Zach Littell, Shane Baz, and Drew Rasmussen.
Yeah.
And of that group last year, Zach Littell led the team with 156 in the third.
That's the guy? Is that the guy you pick because he did it last year? Like
You know what?
I genuinely don't know the answer to this one. I haven't
I'll
picked
take Taj
this one
Bradley.
myself. Taj Bradley, you're gonna join Ben Nisman with that one.
Yeah, he looks really good down the stretch. Take a full another step forward, full season from him. Yeah.
Okay, Taj Bradley. Mike Haber?
Pete Fairbanks. No, just kidding. Shane Baz.
Shane Baz. We like Shane
Lit
Baz.
up by the Twins the other day?
Yeah, saw that. He gave up
He's
like 5 walks or
experimenting.
something.
He's experimenting in spring training.
Sure he is. Frank, who you got leading the team in innings?
I'll say Rasmussen.
Rasmussen.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll take Shane McClanahan off of his second Tommy John. That sounds like a great idea.
Take that to the bank.
Solid. Yep.
Yeah. Finally, the Toronto Blue Jays had 74 wins last year. Their over-under sits at 78.5. Frank Bucco, 78.5.
Take the slight under.
Under. I think this is a slam dunk under. I think this is going to be a pretty bad team, and they're going to sell off pieces. Yeah.
They're not good.
Jason, how are you feeling? Over under?
Yeah, I at first gut I was gonna say over, but I think you're right. I think they're gonna start selling off pieces. Gosman's gone, Bichette. I like to move Santander, but I don't think that's enough to save them from this downward spiral that they're in. So yeah, right. I'll take the under on them.
Okay, Mike Haber, is it a clean sweep?
Yeah, I think it's a clean sweep. Slight under for sure. I don't think they'll be horribly worse than the Rays, but I do think that they'll be the last place team.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
So Vlad Guerrero, does he hit 34.5 or more home runs? Over or under 34.5 home runs for Vlad? Mike Haber.
I'm going to say over.
Jason?
He's got Santander hitting behind him this year.
Okay.
34.5. He's only done that once in his career. Yeah. Again, this is like an Arenado thing because he could be dealt by June or July.
Yeah, but I'll count it for the whole year. I'll count the total for the whole year if he gets traded.
Yeah. I'll take the under. I'll take the under. I mean, he could still hit 30, 31. But I don't see him going much more than that.
Okay. Frank, 34.5 home runs.
I'll take the over.
Over.
If he doesn't get traded, it's still a walk year.
Yeah, that's my big thing is he's going to ball out and try to get as much money as possible. I'm thinking 40 might be in realistic territory here. Moving to the AL Central, the Guardians won last year's AL Central crown with 92 wins. FanDuel does not like them. It does not like them at all. They're at 82.5.
Wow.
Yeah, Jason, 82.5 on the Guardians.
They're gonna play the White Sox how many times this year? I'll take the over.
Over.
That's it.
Frank?
I'll ditto what Jason says.
Mike?
I'll take the over too. I do think they take a step back, but I'm gonna go over.
Yeah, I agree. They're not a 90-win team, but
no, but 85 might win the division in this thing because they've got 4 teams fighting for it. I do want to just point out, all 5 of us just took the over on the Guardians. The question I have for them is who's going to lead the team in innings pitched? It's the exact same question as the Tampa Bay Rays. Because I looked at their rotation and was like, who?
So their rotation right now is Tanner Bybee, Ben Lively, Gavin Williams, Luis L. Ortiz, and Tristan McKenzie. And of that group, it was Bybee with 173 and 2/3 innings that led the team last year.
Okay. So what do you think, Jason? Is he going to do it again?
I don't see why not. Yeah, I think he is their horse. I don't think Ben Lively needs anything. Gavin Williams, sure, and the rest of these guys are just waiting until John Means and Shane Bieber get healthy. So yeah, I'll take him.
Okay, Frank, who you got in this rotation?
I'll take Bobby as well.
Bybee as well. Mike?
Oh, 100% Bybee.
All right. I will go ahead and take Bybee as well. Ben did take Blake, not Blake Lively. Is that what it? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Is that how that joke goes?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is Ben Lively. Okay. Moving to the Detroit Tigers, they won 86 games last year and were very close to going to the ALCS. That was very nice. Their over under is 83.5. Mike Haber, I'll start with you on this one. 83.5 of the Tigers.
Let's take the over. Let's take the over. I'd see them competing with Cleveland down to the end.
Okay. Jason, how you feeling about Detroit?
Enough to say that I think they're going to win the division. So give me the over.
Over. Frank, who you got in the Central? Is it Detroit?
I like Detroit. Yeah, I like them a lot better than Cleveland. So I'll take the over on that number.
All right, it's a clean sweep here for the Tigers as well. We all like the over on this one. The question I have for this team is Jack Flaherty over or under a 3.99 ERA. Does his ERA start with a 3 or a 4? Jason Ashby.
I guess I'll take the under. I think it'll be in the 3s. I don't think it'll be in the 2s, but I think it'll be in the 3s.
Okay, Mike Haber.
He found success in Detroit last year. I'm going to say under.
Under. Frank.
I'll say under too.
Under. I'll take the under as well. It's 4 out of 5. Ben took the over on this one. He doesn't believe in the resurgence of Jack Flaherty, so we'll see what happens there. The Kansas City Royals are next. They had 86 wins last year and made the playoffs. 82.5 is the number, Frank Bucco. 82.5. Is that an over?
Yeah.
Yeah. We like the Royals.
We do.
All right. Jason, what do you got for me on the Royals?
I do like the Royals, and I probably even like them better than Cleveland, honestly, if I'm being real. But yeah, I'm taking the over.
Over on this. Mike Haber.
Yeah, I'm with the other two for sure. Over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're going to win the division. I think it's going to be Cleveland in third place, honestly.
I think you're right. I think it's
Kansas City and Detroit at the top.
And I think Kansas City and Detroit duking it out would be so much fun with these young teams that were dead in the water a couple years ago. Like, I'd love to see that.
Cleveland always finds a way, though. They always find a way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're the quietest, really good team that hasn't done anything in the playoffs in the last few years.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take
the under on this, and I'm not entirely sold on the lineup, especially outside of the top 4 in that lineup. So I don't know that they're going to score enough runs to keep up, but it would be fun to see them competing. Maybe a year away. They need another bat.
Yeah,
we'll see. The question I have here is about the one and only person you believe could do something like this on this team. Bobby Witt, over or under 59.5 homers plus stolen bases. It's a 30-30 season. He's done it twice now. Is he going to do it for a third year in a row?
God, that's so
Mike
hard.
Haber.
I'll say over. I'm rooting for the kid. I think he's just going to get better. Over.
Frank.
Yep. Over.
Jason.
What was it? No shortstop has ever done it 2 years in a row, right? Until him. So obviously no shortstop has ever done it 3 years in a row. That's so hard to do. I know if there's anybody that could do it, it's him. But I feel like the safe bet for me is to say under. Like, it could be, off by 1, but I just feel like there's a reason that nobody's ever done it.
I'm gonna take the over. I think he's developing into his body. I think even if he doesn't steal 30 bases exactly, if he gets me 36 home runs, then I'm feeling pretty good that he can get me 24 steals.
I guess okay. Yeah, looking at it that way. Okay, am I allowed to amend? I'll take.
Yes.
Okay, I'll switch to over. Looking at it at that lens, I'm thinking of it as another 30-30 season, but in that regard, yeah, I agree.
Right. Okay. All right. We all took the over on that, so I'm thinking we might want to move the number, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. The Minnesota Twins await our discussion. It is They had 82 wins last year, were the most disappointing team in the second half, fell out of the playoff race. FanDuel says, are they going to do it again? 83.5 is the number, Mike Haber. 83.5 on the Twins.
I mean, I do like the pitching staff, but I just don't believe in this team. I'm going to say slight under.
Under. Frank Bucco, over or under on the Twins?
Saying under.
Under. Jason Ashby, what do you got for the Twins?
83, what is it, 83.5?
83.5. Same number as the Tigers.
Yeah, it's got to be under. I mean, I can see this team, surprising some people because they are looking disappointing, but I think the safe bet is under.
Under. Yeah, it's going to be a clean sweep. All five of us agree on the under on the Twins at 83.5. No likey the Twins. The question I have for this team is Carlos Correa, over or under 119.5 games played. 120 games is what I'm asking for out of this guy. Frank, I assume you're going to take the under.
No, I'll take the over just to be different, but he's a trash bag and I don't like it.
Okay. Mike Haber, 120 games or more for Carlos Correa.
Well, I'm not going to own him this year, so I'm going to take the over.
Okay. Jason Ashby, you are the Carlos Correa apologist.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take the over. Let's see you be healthy, Carlos Correa. Come on.
No, screw this guy. I'm taking the under. I'm the only one who did.
It's this question for Royce Lewis instead of Carlos Correa.
Or Buxton.
Yeah.
Or Buxton, right?
How about combined?
Yeah.
Combined.
You could combine for 3 times whatever 162 is.
Yeah.
Finally, the Chicago White Sox. They won 41 games last year. And somehow FanDuel has them improving 13. It's a 54.5.
Wow.
It's a 13-game improvement by bringing in Martin fucking Perez.
Difference maker.
And Mike fucking Talkman.
And Josh Rojas. Somehow Joey Gallo ended up on this team too.
Yep. This team was so awesome 7 years ago. 54.5.
Thank you for that.
Even better in 2005 when they won the World Series.
Yeah. This team was so awesome. They had such a bright future with Eloy and Abreu and Moncada and Luis Robert and all of these wonderful pieces that went nowhere.
Yeah. Chris Sale.
Chris Sale. They sold off Chris Sale and
Don
Giolito.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Raylo.
Yeah. My boy.
Mm. So is anybody taking the over on 54.5? Can I interest anyone in that?
No, thank you.
No? Okay, we're all taking the under.
Can I just want to real quick, I want to read off this bullpen that the White Sox have put together. Justin Anderson, Mike Clevenger, Fraser Allard, Gus Varland, Jordan Leisure, Tyler Gilbert, Penn Murphy, and Shane Smith.
Who's closing?
Nice.
Yeah.
Who am I drafting as the closer?
Mike Clevenger, probably.
Sure.
There's nobody slated.
Eloy Jimenez is coming back to close games.
To pitch.
I mean,
he's gonna go have a kid.
Of those names I just mentioned, Gus Varland had the most last year with 7.
Okay. All right, Gus Varland. You just hit the closer radar. Last round, get the Chicago White Sox closer.
Joey Lucervino, circa a couple years back for the A's.
Now, what if I told you that this is the team I have 2 questions for?
Oh, yes. I love that.
So, the first question is, who is going to score the most runs for this team?
Jason Ashby.
Jason Ashby.
Last time I checked, I am not signed to a contract by the Chicago White Sox.
You would take it if you were. I don't even know who plays there. Besides Lubop.
Okay, here's their lineup according to Roster Resource.
Oh, let's hear it.
Mike Talkman, Lou Bob, Andrew Vaughn, Miguel Vargas, Josh Rojas, Lennon Sosa, Joey Gallo, Corey Lee, and Colson Montgomery.
I threw up on my mouth just
No
now.
Andrew Benintendi, huh?
He's just
He's
banged
hurt.
up.
Yeah,
He's
he's
banged
hurt.
up. Yeah,
Okay.
he has a fractured hand.
Oh, well.
He
That
has
changes
he has
things.
he has a Alvarez timeline, I think.
Nice.
Tell you what, Colson Montgomery is supposed to be like their big old prospect. I'll take him.
All right, Colson Montgomery. Mike Haber, who you got on this terrible team to score the most runs?
Luis Robert, who drives himself in more than anyone else, scores runs.
Okay. All right. All right. Frank, what do you got?
God, I don't want to answer because it's so bad. I'm gonna go Josh Rojas because I do not believe in Lou Bob's health. Period.
Right.
End of story.
By the way,
I'll take
their bench is Matt Dice, Brandon Drury, Dominic Fletcher, and Michael Taylor.
Brandon Drury still has a job?
Drury,
On the White Sox. He's like the White Sox janitor or
Drury.
something.
Drury.
Drury.
I'll take Mike Talkman, the sock man, since he's going to be their leadoff hitter. Yeah. All right. So the second question for the White Sox is who's going to have the most RBIs?
I have the same answer as before.
The GM.
You have the same answer, Lou Bob.
Lou Bob driving himself in more than anyone else.
Literally.
Yeah. Jason?
No.
You
That's
know
not my
what?
answer.
Andrew Vaughn's gonna have like 60 RBIs or something.
All right, Andrew Vaughn.
I was going to go that route too, Andrew Vaughn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go Lou Bob here and be the
No.
consensus. All right, let's move off of the White Sox and get to
Thank
the
you.
final. The final division here is the AL West. We'll start with the Houston Astros. 88 wins last year. 86.5 is the number, Frank Bucco. 86.5.
What team again? I'm sorry.
The Astros.
Oh, the Astros, 86.5.
Yep.
Oof.
They won 88 last year and had a terrible
Right.
start to the season.
Yeah, I know. Light over
Okay.
with the addition of Christian Walker and and who was that Matt Shaw guy is going to play third base, I think.
That's the Cubs.
That's the Cubs. I'm completely off. Yeah, I'll take the over anyway.
All right. Jason Ashby, over under 86.5.
Over. I think this is a 90-win team. Like if Jose Altuve can acclimate to left field, well, like that makes this lineup so much different. So yeah, I'll take the over. Absolutely.
Yeah, Mike Haber, are you feeling that too?
Yeah, this is a team for me like the Guardians that just always somehow gets it done. And people just keep saying like, oh, they're due for regression. They're not good anymore. But I agree with Jason. I think this is a 90-win team.
Yeah. And one name that we haven't talked about in this team, Yainer Diaz, their catcher. I have the over-under of RBIs at 74.5. Frank, over-under.
Over.
Over.
He's a machine.
He loves that guy.
That kid's a machine.
Mike Haber, 74.5 RBIs out of Yainer Diaz.
Yeah, if he stays at hitting fourth or fifth in the lineup, I'm going to say over.
I was going to say, where's he hitting, Jason?
Yeah, he's hitting fifth.
Okay.
And last year he had 84 RBIs. So
Right.
I'll say over.
Yeah, I think that's a slam dunk.
All right. I will
He's
go ahead.
still eligible on the bigs.
I'll take the over as well, and Ben's the only one taking the under on that one. He was concerned about playing time, and we looked into how many games at DH and first base he played, and he actually had 10 starts at first base and like 30 starts at DH, which I found surprising because that's not something you're going to be able to do this year with Yordan Alvarez as the DH.
Yeah, it's true. He will not probably see a whole lot of first base or DH this year. But I still think you can get 80 RBIs out of him.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Sounds great. Let's move on to the Seattle Mariners, who won 85 games last year, and that number sits right there with FanDuel. They're like, that's a good one. We'll take that. 85.5 is the over-under, Mike Haber.
Oh, man, starting with me on this one. I think it's the best pitching staff in the American League, but man, I'm gonna go under, slight under.
Under.
I hate this offense.
Yeah, this offense is booty. Jason.
It is. I've always been a proponent of the Mariners, though, and I think they can find a way as long as people stay healthy. Like injuries is a big question with this team.
George Kirby going down. I don't know.
Yeah, it's already an a bang. So, but I'll take yeah, I guess it's got to be the under.
Frank, is it going to be a clean sweep? Because I'm taking the under on this.
Pick the under, but I'm also going to say this. I'd like to send random drug tests to the people at FanDuel who make these numbers.
Okay.
Because it's awful. It's awful. Like, somebody needs to be tested for the just horribleness that comes out of that. Yeah, it's under. I hate the Mariners. I can't stand them. Their pitching staff's really good, but they're going to be put into a DeGrom situation from years ago where DeGrom pitched really well and the Mets can score runs for him. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, it's fact.
It's fact. That's exactly what's going to happen.
So Randy Arozarena's first full year in Seattle is coming up this year. His batting average, is it going to be higher or lower than 239? Over under 239 batting average for Randy. Frank?
Over.
Jason?
He hit 250 with the Mariners when he went over to the Mariners last year.
He hit 231 with the Mariners last year.
He did?
Yep.
Combined, I guess.
He hit 219 for the season. What was the number?
239.
Last year was the first year he'd ever hit that low. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt and I'll say over. Like it could be 250.
Okay. Mike, over under?
Under.
Over?
Under.
Under. Yeah. Over? Can I sell you on the over? No, I agree with you, man. I'll take the under on this. This is a bad place to hit, and I don't know that he's the type of guy who's going to adjust very quickly. So I'll go ahead and take the under on this and be avoiding Randy in drafts as well. Texas Rangers last year had a World Series hangover. They won 78 games last year. FanDuel thinks they're going to take a big step forward. Same number as the Mariners, 85.5, Frank. 85.5 on the Texas Rangers.
I'll take the over on them.
Over on them. You like the Rangers this year. You like them for a bounce back.
Yeah, they're not bad.
All right. Jason.
What was it, 86.5?
85.5.
85.5. Yeah, they're going to finish second in this division. So I will take the over.
Over on this one. Mike.
I like the Rangers. I think they take a step forward, but I'm going to go slight under. I also think they're going to be in second, but I don't think they'll be that close to Houston.
Okay. 84 wins, 83 wins, somewhere in there, just over 500, and 90-ish wins for the Astros again this year.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take the over as well, and hopefully it's a race out west. I'd like to actually see that. See somebody push the Astros for once.
Yeah.
It'd be really fun. I'll take that over. The question I have for this team is Jacob deGrom. Over under 18.5 games started. Jason, I'll start with you on this one.
18.5?
Yeah. So 19 starts for the over.
19 starts. Let's see. He hasn't done that since 2019. Yeah, I'm gonna take the under. I think they're gonna baby him too. I think they're gonna coddle him back. Maybe it's 15 starts. But I'm taking the under.
Okay. Frank, you thinking the same thing? All right, we'll take the under there. And Mike, over or under 18.5.
How can anyone know? But I'm gonna say under.
Nobody can possibly know. I'll take the over for the sake of being different and maybe getting one on you guys at the end of the year if Jacob deGrom throws 20 games or something.
What did Ben say on this one?
Ben said the under as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Two left. The Oakland Athletics, no longer Oakland. They're the Northern California Athletics.
United States Athletics.
There you go.
69 wins
The
last
homeless
year for
Athletics.
them. The homeless Athletics. The over under total for them is 71.5. I think it's a sneaky fucking number, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the over. I think this team is going to do interesting things this year. I'm excited to see what they're doing out there in Northern California / soon to be Las Vegas. Frank, what do you got for the over? You're with me with the over.
I'm with you on the over.
All right.
It's a
Jason.
low number.
It is a low number. It's a sneaky low number.
Yeah.
And it's only 2 wins better.
Yeah, 71.5. I mean, the additions of Severino and Springs alone, I think knocks them up. So yeah, I take the over.
Over. Mike?
Yeah, over.
Clean sweep, except for Ben, who took the under.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yep. The question I had for them is about Lawrence Butler. Over under 34.5 home runs plus stolen bases. 34.5. It's a fair enough number. It's a 20 and a 15. He did it last year.
He did do it last year.
Yeah.
Over
or under, Frank?
Contract. I'll take the over. I'll take the over. People seem to like this Butler guy, so I'm gonna ride the wave.
Jason, you riding the wave?
Yeah, I think this kid is gonna really break out this year. Just got that big contract. As long as he stays healthy, I don't see why he couldn't, really take a big step forward.
Yeah. Mike, are you feeling the same way about this kid?
Yeah, definitely the over there. I could see him surpassing that number by a lot.
Okay. I'll go ahead and take the over as well and root for this kid. I really like the A's. I hope they do great things. I hope they win 75 games this year and they're the surprise of the league. You know what I mean?
Do you know, in fact, where they're playing their home games?
Sacramento.
So minor league park?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels Butler feels to me like what Bobby Witt has been for the Royals. Like he's gonna be this up and coming kid who's gonna put the team on his back and they're gonna do good things. Okay,
a lightning rod. A lightning rod is what we're looking
for. Yes, exactly.
And who's winning games for them last year? Like without Springs and Severino, who's their starting pitcher? Yeah.
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 Not me.
Joe Grunts.
Grunts in confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of grunting and confusion, the Los Angeles Angels are a team. They won 63 games last year. They narrowly missed having a 100-loss season for the first time in their franchise's history. This year, FanDuel actually has them at a higher number than the A's. It's 72.5. Mike Haber, I'll start with you on this one.
I'm gonna go lower.
Under.
Sorry, I don't know why I said lower. It's the 30th team.
Jason, 30th team. Over or under 72.5.
Yeah, I mean, even if Mike Trout gives them a full season, I still think it's under. This pitching is just awful, and this team is going backwards. So yeah, I'll take the under.
Hold that thought about the pitching being terrible. Frank Bucco, 72.5.
Drug test for FanDuel. No, under. Completely under.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's a terrible team. Ben actually has the over, so it's interesting. All four of us have taken the over for the A's, and he took the under. And then all four of us took the under for the Angels, and he took the over.
Wow.
All right, Ben.
Good job, Ben.
So remember that I just said hold that thought about the pitching staff for the Angels.
God.
Guys, who's going to pitch the most innings for this team?
Jason, who pitches for them?
Right now the rotation is Yusei Kikuchi, Jose Soriano, Tyler Anderson, Kyle Hendricks, and Reed Detmers.
I'll say Tyler Anderson and go with that. Because that guy has thrown like 175 innings for the Dodgers and was really good.
Yeah, of that group, Tyler Anderson threw the most innings last year at 179 and a third. Just above Kikuchi.
Okay.
Kikuchi's my answer.
Kikuchi for Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Jason?
You know what? But Jose Soriano, he's the youngest of the group. He's got the most to gain because he's like going into his prime. Take Jose Soriano.
All right. Mike Haber finishes out here. Last one.
Let's all say someone different. Kyle Hendricks, baby.
Love it.
Kyle Hendricks. Love the offseason signing that the Angels made. God, they're terrible.
Can't believe they signed Jamie Moyer.
Rich Hill is warming up in their bullpen.
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah.
He is. He is. He'll still throw.
Yep.
Has curveball, can travel.
Ball can travel. Holy Charlie Leibrandt, 1991.
Damn right.
Yeah, that's
This one has been a wild and wacky one. I appreciate all three of you being here. Frank Bucco, thanks so much, man.
Absolutely. I love this stuff. This is great. Love you guys. This is fantastic.
This is awesome. Jason Ashby, thank you so much, my friend.
Absolutely. And hey, I'll see you in the draft room.
Yeah. Mike Haber, we're 1 week away.
Can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm going to be texting you guys every day this week. 6 days, 5 days, every day.
All right.
Oh my God.
I'm super excited for those text messages, and I'm super excited for the draft, guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you're doing because you're not using the product as it's supposed to. Go ahead and subscribe, ring a bell, or get notifications so that you know when we post new stuff. We'll see you in the draft room on Sunday. Until next time, guys, it's been real. It's been fun, and it is always real fun in the bigs. We'll see you next time.